So after my super seminar in Seoul, Korea a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to spar with 4 of the black belts that were present there. Was a great time. Really, really nice guys. Really tough guys. This guy here is Sung Hwan Kwan. Is I guess he's an Asian and Japanese IBJJF champion. And really strong guy, one of the strongest guys I've ever met. So I let him side mount me. We start from here, fast forward, because we're just kind of laying low. I just wanted to feel his pressure and his attack systems. So after defending for a little while, he got a little frustrated there and then looked to transition to mount. And in his transition, I used the opportunity to do an elbow escape. Basic. Gracie combatives, lesson number 33, elbow escape, right into like a kind of a knee tap sweep. So here, just from another angle, he mounts, I elbow escape on the backside. Right away, I switch grips on the collar, sit up, tap the knee, and then knock him down. Here, I worked for a little while to pass his guard. I mean, this guy was probably the strongest Korean I've ever met in my life in terms of physical strength. So here you see me controlling the lapel up high and his pant leg down low. He sits up going for a sweep here. I pass to one side, he blocks. I shoot my knee through on the front side, and then he curls up in the half guard, and then I wrap his neck, setting up either a guillotine or a Dar's choke here. And so now he's kind of laying low, keeping his chin super tucked, so I'm having trouble getting it under the chin where I want it. And eventually you'll see him here pop his head out. So I switched for the Dars, that's what it was. When I switch, he popped his head out, then he sweeps here. I use my head for balance, neutralize the sweep. He goes kind of for a leg entanglement there. I put my knee on the ground to neutralize that. We grip fight for a little while here. Yeah, very, very strong grip breaks this guy had. And then finally I was able to settle my grips in on the lapel up high, my left hand high, my right hand down low on his pant leg here on this lower opening of his pant leg. And then I walk around past to the front side with both grips in place. I mount quickly. He does a nice quarter guard retrieval here. But as soon as he does, he turns too much on his side. That allows me to shoot into a twisting arm control, and then I pull him across to the back mount. So even though he got me in quarter guard, I got him to the back mount here. I use the quarter guard to achieve the back mount. There, his arm is isolated on the weak side, triple threat. I start bugging the lapel here, so he really has no hand to defend at this point. So I shoot under, lock the choke, and that was that. So next is this guy named Barium Lee, multiple time Korean national champion, IBJJF Korean national champion. Smaller, lightweight guy, but really technical. So we play here from the open guard. He goes for a footlock. He sits back for the footlock. I sit up, holding his collar, and then I do a little kind of spin out of it, twisting my foot out of it. Here's from another angle, spin, and then we re-engage. I kind of shove him back, off balance him. As I engage his guard, I kind of push his leg across for a leg drag and land right here. Inside control, working my way around the corner. He's doing a good job doing some hand fighting, preventing easy grips. I sneak inside there, kind of pull him away from the wall. Really technical. This guy was technical. Very efficient with his energy as well. I finally go, I'm a kind of shallow knee on belly right now. I shoot my leg over, I achieve the mount, start loosening up his collar, just kind of seeing how his defensive systems are, what his focus is right now, where is his attention, what does he care about. So I just mess with his hands a little bit, seeing how he's going to respond to each of the indicators here or each stimulus. I go in for like this nice little modified Ezekiel choke that I love, where I grab thumb inside, very loose in the collar, and I put my elbow on the ground to neutralize their chin. And then I try to get my other hand around his neck, but he does a great job blocking that hand. And then he starts bridging and turning into it. Lost focus there a little on the camera. Then I punch under his head, try to punch under. He's doing a good job keeping his head heavy here as well. So I fight. I let go of the lapel. I loosen up, belt malfunction. So back at it here. He's loosening up the lapels again, thumb inside. Try to go shoot both hands on the collar quickly. There's a wrist lock switch. He does a nice bump and recover. My elbow goes back to the mat, so now I'm getting that Ezekiel entry. My elbow's down. I'm shooting under his neck. He bridges and turns, knowing the choke is adding up, and that's when he exposes his back, so I throw in my back hook. Lock down his arm, triple threat once again. On the weak side, I have the underhook. He almost goes to his knees right here. I roll up with him on the armbar setup, throw my leg up, comes over, and then goofy finish right there. So this next guy, another strong, very strong Korean Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. He is an instructor at a place called Paraestra, which is an affiliation started by Yuki Nakai, who's the guy who fought Hickson at the end of Choke, the documentary. Yuki's very well known in Japan and throughout Asia, and this guy's an instructor at one of his schools. So here he's side control. I reach in, grab his tricep, reach across, grab his lat on the opposite side, use that for my favorite top shoulder roll, end up on top in the half guard. Quick reverse pass of the half guard. He does a good job kind of tying up my legs here, but I'm using my hands, keeping my legs wide and hands wide for balance. Eventually he turns so much that his neck is exposed, and at that point I wrap it up. Kind of have like a one-handed guillotine right now. You'll see my right hand start to penetrate here, looking to get in to kind of tie the rope and either finish the guillotine here. So now I punch all the way through for the darce, but he's a really thick neck and shoulder, this guy. And I finally am able to achieve the shallow darce grip here. See how he's pushing off my hip and trying to pull his head away? He's really tough because his shoulders and neck are so thick, it's hard to actually lock the grip. I think I finally lock, and then he starts to spin, so I spin under with him, and I still have the shallow darce grip. And then I walk to the front, and I'm able to squeeze from there. So he did a correct defense by spinning out of it, but because I stayed in front of the spin, I was able to seal the deal. Last but certainly not least is the owner of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Seoul, Jason Park here. It's our first Gracie Jiu-Jitsu black belt actually issued by me and Hiron to anyone in Korea. Jason's had a CTC for several years now. That's where the beautiful green mats are located. Great school, incredible technician, great instructor, and he was the host of the seminars there. So Jason comes in to pass the guard, ties up my legs here. I start getting a high kind of behind the neck grip on the lapel, looking for his sleeve right there to kind of initiate a little sweeping sequence. He has my ankle kind of wrapped right now, but I feel it, and as long as I have the lapel and his sleeves, I don't think he'll be able to fall back. So I go for a little lasso sweep. Doesn't work. There's the ankle pick, and I come up. Right when he gets up with me, front snap down to the headlock. Right now, he defends beautifully out of that guillotine and darce potential. I step over, inverted, looking for the armbar or triangle, but he does a perfect job keeping both arms under my legs. I hate when they do that. So now I'm just kind of breakdancing, floating my balance on top here, trying to avoid losing my balance. And he's doing a perfect job keeping his arms out of triangle or armbar danger. I start framing the neck a little bit. Look at his safe hands. I switch sides, knee on belly, come the other way. He's doing a beautiful job with safe hands. Look at that. This is very nice here. Hiron taught him this kind of like neck hug over arm control. It basically shuts down all my submissions from side mount. When he locks my shoulder, double overhooks basically right here. Very nice. Hiron does this a lot. Hiron taught him this. And it's very frustrating, and it forces me to overcompensate by making extra space from the top. And in Jason's case, I think I end up basically resorting to more of a north-south attack sequence because from the side like this, I don't have the ability to really target. So I finally frame his neck, and then instead of letting that happen again, I spin around to the north-south, start prying his arms from the inside out with my forearms, trying to isolate. Then he eventually turns on his side. I'm able to kind of dig under one of his elbows, step inside, and then I sit back right here. I think I either have Kimura grips or close to it. I'm fighting his fingers right there by his hip, trying to pull his fingers out. He's grabbing his thigh, beautifully effective. I eventually use my leg to try to kick his hand out of that grip. Watch my leg. But as I do, he uses that to almost backflip out of my control. And then finally, I'm able to stop his backflip, use my legs to push away, free the grip. Watch this. He's going to try to grab his collar, and right when he does, I clear the grip. Ooh, that was close. And there you have it.